Okay, welcome everybody. Today we're going to learn how to capitalize and profit in the 2021 occupational tech industry. Welcome to Amaki University. What we're going to go into is a catalog of 2020 to 2021. But before we go into this, we're going to go into the catalog, a bit of disclaimer. The catalog is for informational purpose only and does not constitute a contract. The provision of this catalog are not intended to create any substantive right beyond those created by the law of the Constitution of the United States of America and the Republic of Florida, and are not intended to create in and of themselves any cause of action against Florida State's system of higher education, the Board of Governors, the Chancellor, and individual president or university or any other office, agency, agent, or employees of the state of Florida system of higher education. Information contained herein was current at the time of publication. Courses and program may be revised. Facility list and other information are subject to change without notice. Course frequencies depends on facility available. Not all courses are necessarily offered each session of each year. Individual department should be consulted for the most current information. Now, introduction of the Amaki University is going to break down as follows. This university is here for the purpose of helping others going through economic hardship, which create immediate action for students to redirect their resources. We are here to help students to obtain employment in the new developing market. As we see in the current rate of unemployment in the US 2020 is about 8.4%. And in August 2020, the national unemployment rate was at 8.4%. And if you study each unemployment rate going back from May to April to March to February, and even now, the number keep going. June reports show that nearly 80 million Americans were out of work. We learned Thursday that just shy of 1.2 million people filled the first-time claims for job loss benefit last week. They joined the roughly 30 million Americans who are already claiming unemployment benefit. That the rate is about 10.2%, and that was dated from August 27, 2020. And as you see the chart here, statistics always increase and they do fluctuate. This is the circumstance when we look at what's going on in the economy. Now, what is the 2021 occupational tech industry? How that going to help you? And how this tech company is currently moving with the dramatic change in the economy. Well, it's a complete new business model that will give you the opportunity to make money online. Do you like to learn how to capitalize and profit in this 2020 to 2021 occupational tech industry and how you can do this? Okay, here I'm going to show you how I capitalize and profit in this 2021 occupational tech industry. And this is easy for you to do. What we will cover is 20 topics, 20 key topics or 20 key fields that are going to break down in the occupational tech industry when it comes for you to get back on your feet for those that are unemployed. And what we're going to cover is agriculture, forestry, fishing, and hunting, which is one of our first topics. As you notice, agriculture, forest, fishing, and hunting, the agricultural sector comprises established primary engaged in growing crop, raising animal, harvesting timber, and harvesting fish and other animals from a farm, ranch, or natural habitat. This establishment in the sector are often described as farm, ranch, dairies, greenhouse, nursery, orchard, or orchards, A farm may consist of single tract or land or a number of separate tracts which may be held under different tenures. For example, one tract may be owned by a farmer operator and another rented. It may be operated by an operator alone or with the assistance of numbers of household or hired employee, or it may be operated by a partnership, corporation, or other type of organization. When a landowner has one or more tenants, rent, croppers, or managers, the land operated by each is considered a farm. The sector distinguishes two basic activities: agricultural production, agricultural support activity. And this is what we're going to go into when we break down what's lying ahead. But before we can get into what's lying ahead, according to correlating to the 2021 tech occupational industry and new platform arise, then we have to break down a topic for you to understand the dynamic ahead. Now, one of the next topic we're going to cover as we move forward for you to understand mining, quarrying, and oil and gas extraction. How these fields going to affect you. How you can benefit in each occupation. Or if you have over 30 million people out of work, at some point they're still in an occupation that no longer serve them. So we want them to go into a new business model where they can be benefit. As we continue, we realize that mining, quarrying, oil and gas extraction sector comprising establishment that extract natural occurring minerals, solids such as coal and ores, liquid minerals such as crude, petroleum, and gas such as natural gas. Now, there are plenty of jobs related even overseas when it comes to contract in these areas. We also, the term mining is used in broad sense to include quarrying, well operation, beneficiating, example crushing, screening, washing, and flotation, and other preparation customarily performed at the mine site or as a part of mining activity. The mining, quarry, and oil and gas extraction sector distinguish two basic activity: mining operation and mining support activity. Mining operation including establishment, operating mines, quarry, and oil and gas wells on their own account or for others on a contract or fee basis. Mining support activity include establishments that perform exploration, except geophysical surveying and other mining service on a contract or fee basis, except mining site preparation and construction or oil gas pipeline. Utility, which is one of the next sector or topic we're going to discuss when it comes to moving your resources and your occupational skills online in a new modern 2021 tech occupational tech industry. Utility service sector comprises establishment engaged in the provision of the following utility service: electrical, power, natural gas, stream supply, water supply, sewage removal. Within the sector, the specific activity associated with the utility service provide whereby utility electric power include generation, transmission, and distribution. Natural gas include distribution. Stream supply includes provision and other distribution. Stream supply include provision and or distribution. Water supply include treatment and distribution, and sewage removal included collection, treatment, disposal of waste through sewage system and sewage treatment facilities. Now we're going to go into construction, how everything changed when it comes to what's going on in the economy and how you can benefit by moving ahead in a more new business model when it comes to occupational automated business apparatus. Construction. Construction sector comprise in established primary engage in the construction of building or engineering project, example, highway and utility system. Establishment primarily engage in the preparation of site for new construction and establishment primarily engage in subdividing land for sale or building site also are included in the sector. Construction work done may include new work, additional alteration, or maintenance and repair activity, or these establishments generally are managed at a fixed place of business, but they usually perform construction activity at multiple project sites. Production responsibility for the establishment in this sector are usually specified in contract with the owner of construction project, primary contracts, or contract with other construction establishment subcontracts. Manufacture service when it comes to online, moving forward ahead in the occupational automated system. In the manufacture, the sector comprises establishment engaged in the mechanical, physical, or chemical transformation of material, substance, or component in a new product. The assembling of component parts of manufactured products is considered manufacturing, except in the case where the activity appropriately classified in construction service. Establishments in the manufacturing sector are often described as plant, factories, or mill, and characteristically use power-driven machines and material handling equipment. However, establishments that transform material or substance into a new product by hand or in a worker's home, and those engaged in selling to the general public products made on the same premise from which they are sold, such as bakery, candy stores, and custom tailor, may also be included in the sector. Manufacturing establishments may process material or may contract with other establishments to process their material for them. Both types of establishments are included in manufacturing. The material, substance, or component transformed by manufacturing establishments are raw materials that are produced of agriculture, forest, fishing, mining, or career, as well as products for other manufacturing establishments. The material used may be purchased directly from producers, obtained through customary trade channel, or secured without recourse to the market by transferring the product from one establishment to another under the same ownership. Wholesale trade service, which is one of our next topic, what we're going to go into. This sector compromising establishment engaged in the wholesale merchandise, general without transformation and rendering service, incidentally, to the sale of merchandise. The merchandise described in the sector include the output of agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and certain information industry such as publishing. Wholesale trade, wholesaling process is a intermediate step in distribution of merchandise. Wholesale are organized to sell or arrange the purchase or sell of goods for sale, i.e. goods sold to other wholesaler or retailers, capital or durable non-consumer goods, and raw and intermediate materials and supply used in production. The wholesaler sell merchandise to other business and normally operate from a warehouse or office. These warehouses and offices are characterized by having little or no display of merchandise. In addition, neither the design nor the location of the premise is intended to solicit walk-in traffic. Wholesalers do not normally use advertisement directly to the general public. Customers are generally reached initially via telephone, in-person marketing, or by specialized advertisement or advertising that may include internet and other electronic means. Follow-up order are either vendor initiated or client initiated, generally based on previous sale, and typically exhibit strong ties between seller and buyers. In these transactions are often conducted between wholesalers and client and have long-standing business relationships. Now, retail trade services, and how this is going to affect you moving forward in a new business model ahead. The retail trade sector comprises established, engaged in retail merchandise generally without transformation and rendering service incidentally to the sales of merchandise. The retail process is finally step in the distribution of merchandise. Retailer are therefore organized to sell merchandise in small quantity to the general public. The sector comprises two main types of retailer: store and non-store retail. Store retailer operate fixed point of sale location located and designed to attract high volume of walk-in customer. In general, retail store have extensive display for merchandise and use mass media advertisement to attract customers. They typically sell merchandise to the general public for personal or household consumption, but some also serve business and institutional clients. These include office supply stores, computer and software stores, building material dealers, plumbing supply stores, and electrical supply stores. Catalogs, showroom, gasoline station, automotive dealers, and mobile home dealers are treated as store retailers. In addition to retailing merchandise, some type of store retailers are also engaged in provision of after-sales service such as repair and installation. The retail trade sector comprises in established, engaged in the retail merchandise generally without transformation and rendering service incidentally to the sale of merchandise. How these topic and how this is going to affect you. Once we go through this, then we're going to break down how it's going to affect you moving forward in a new online business when it comes to you stepping from out of work into a new line of work online where you can conduct and be in your own occupation and still able to bring in income. Now, as we move forward with this topic, which is transportation and warehouse service, how does everything affect you moving forward online when it comes to each category that we're about to go into? Let's continue and break them down as follows. The transportation and warehouse sector includes industry provided transportation of passenger and cargo, warehousing and storage for goods, scenery, and sightseeing, transportation and support activity related to modes of transportation. Establishment in this industry use transportation equipment or transportation related facility as a productive asset. The type of equipment depends on the mode of transportation. The mode of transportation are air, rail, water, road, and pipeline. The transportation and warehousing sector distinguishes three basic types of activity and subsector for each mode of transportation: a subsector for warehousing and storage, and a subsector for establishment providing support activity support transportation. In addition, there are subsectors for establishment that provide passenger transportation for scenery and sightseeing purpose, postal service, and carrier service. A separate subsector for support activity is established in the sector because first support activity for transportation are inherently multimodal, such as freight transportation arrangement or having multimodal aspect. Secondly, there are production process similarities among the support activity industry. Information services and how this affect you moving forward into our occupational tech industry. The information sector comprises and established engage in the following process: producing and distributing information and cultural products, providing a means of transmit or distribute these products, as well as data or communication and processing data. The main component of the sector are the published industry, including software publishing, both traditional publishing and publishing exclusively on the internet. The motion picture and the sound recording industry, the broadcasting industry, including traditional broadcasting and the broadcasting exclusively over the internet, the telecommunication industry, and the web search portals, data processing industry, and the information service industries. The expression information age and the global information economy are used with considerable frequency today. The general idea for the information economy includes both the notion of industry primarily producing, processing, and distributing information, as well as the idea that every industry is using available information and informational technology to reorganize and make themselves more productive. For the purpose of the NAICS, it is the transformation of the information into a commodity that is producing and distributing by a number of growing industry that is an issue. Cultural products are those that directly express attitude, opinions, ideal, values, and artistic creativity, provide entertainment or other information and analysis concerning the past and the present, including the definition of popular, mass producer products as well as cultural products. Now we're going to go into finance and insurance services and how that's going to affect you in the new business model when it comes to you transition from unemployment to moving online. Finance and insurance service. This sector comprises an establishment primarily engaged in financial transaction involving creation, liquidation, or changing in ownership of financial assets, and are in a facilitating financial transaction. Three principal types of activity are identified: raising funds by taking deposit or issuing security, and in the process incurring liabilities. Establishing engaging in the activity use raise funds to acquire financial assets by making loans and or purchasing securities. Putting themselves at risk. They channel funds from lenders to borrow and transform or repackage the fund with respect to the maturity, scale, and risk. This activity is known as financial intermediation. Second, pooling of risk by underwriting insurance annuities. Establishment engage in the activity to collect fees, insurance premiums, or annuity consideration, build up reserve, invest those reserves, make contractual payment. Fees are based on the expected incidence of the insured risk and the expected return on investment. Number 3, providing specialized service facilitating or supporting financial mediation, insurance, and employee benefit programs. Now we're going to go into real estate and rental and leasing service and how that can affect you from unemployment into moving your energy and your resources online in our automated occupational industry. The real estate sector and rental and leasing sector comprising establishing primary engaged in renting, leasing, and otherwise allowing the use of tangible or intangible assets, and establishment providing related service. The major portion of the sector comprising establishing that rent, lease, or otherwise allow the use of their own asset by others. The asset may be tangible as the case of real estate and equipment, or intangible as is the case with patent and trademark. This sector also includes establishment, primarily engaged in managing real estate for others, selling, renting, and or buying real estate for others, and appraising real estate. These activities are closely related to the sector, mean activity from a production base. They are included here. In addition, a substantially proportion of the property management is self-performed by leasers. The main component of this sector are the real estate leasers industry, including equity, real estate, investment trusts, which is the REITs, equipment leasers industry, including motor vehicles, computer and consumer goods, and leases of non-financial intangible assets, except copyrighted works. Now we're going to go into the professional, scientific, and technical service and how you can move your resources online to benefit you on an occupational, automated, economical base apparatus. The professional, scientific, and technical service sector comprises establishment that specialize in the performance and professional, scientific, and technical activities for others. These activities require a high degree of expertise and training. The establishment in the sector is specialized according to the expertise and provide these services to clients in a variety of industry and in some cases to household. Activity performed include legal advice and representation, accounting, bookkeeping, and payroll services, architectural engineer and specialized design service, computer service, consulting service, research service, advertising service, photographic service, translation and interpretation service, veterinary service, and other professional, scientific, and technical service. These sectors exclude established primary engaging providing a range of day-to-day office administrative service such as financial planning, building and record keeping, personal supplies, and physical distribution and logistics. These establishments are classified in administrative and support and waste management and remediation service, management of companies and enterprise service, and how that can affect a business moving their resources online. The management of companies and the enterprise sector comprise: 1. Establish that hold the security of or other equity interests in companies and enterprise for the purpose of owning a controlling interest or influencing management decision, or 2. Establish, except government establishment that administrator, oversee, and manage establishment of the company or enterprise that normally undertake the strategic or organizational planning and decision-making role of the company or enterprise. Establishment that administrate, oversee, and manage may hold the security of the company or enterprise. Establishment in the sector perform essential activities that are often undertaken in-house by establishments in many sectors of the economy by consolidating the performance. Administrative and support and waste management and remediation service. The administration and support and waste management and mediation service sector comprises established performing routine support activity for the day-to-day operation or the organization. These essential activities are often undertaken in-house by establishment in many sectors of the economy. The establishment in the sector specializes in one or more of these support activities and provide these services to client in a variety of industry and in some cases to households. Activity performed include office administration, hiring and placing or personal document preparation and similar clerk service, solicitation, collection, security and surveillance service, cleaning and waste disposal services. The administration and management activity performed by establishments in this sector are typically on a contract or fee basis. These activities may also be performed by establishments that are part of the company or enterprise. Educational service and how this affects you when everything moves online. The educational service sector comprises an establishment that provide instruction and training in a wide variety of subjects. These instruction and training are provided by specializing establishments such as school, college, university, and training centers. These establishments may be privately owned and operate for profit or not for profit, or they may be publicly owned and operated. They may also offer food and or accommodation service to their students. Educational services are usually delivered by teachers or instructors that explain, tell, demonstrate, supervise, and direct learning. Instruction is imparted in diverse settings such as educational institution, the workplace, or the home, and through diverse means such as correspondence, television, the internet, or other electronic and distant learning methods. The training provided by these establishments may include the use of simulators and simulation methods. It can be adapted to the particular need of the student. For the example, sign language can replace verbal language for teaching students with hearing impairments. All industry in the sector share this commonality or process, namely labor inputs of its structure with the requisite subject matter, expertise, and teaching ability. Healthcare and social assistance service and how this affects you when everything moving on the line. The healthcare and social assistance sector comprises establishing providing healthcare and social assistance for individuals. The sector includes both healthcare and social assistance because it is sometimes difficult to distinguish between the boundaries of these two activities. The industry in this sector are arranged on a continuum starting with establishment providing medical care exclusively, continue with those providing healthcare and social assistance, and finally finishing with those providing only social assistance. Establishment in the sector deliver service by training professionals. All industry in the sector share this commonality of process, namely labor input of health practitioner or social worker with the requisite expertise. Many of the industry in this sector are defined based on the educational degree held by the practitioner included in the industry. Excluded from the sector are aerobics classes in the amusement, gambling, and recreation industry, and no medical diet and weight reducing center in personal and laundry service. Although these can be viewed as health services, these services are not typically delivered by health practitioners. Art, entertainment, and recreational service, when everything is moving online in an occupational automated system, and the service goes as follows. These sectors include a wide range of establishments that operate facility or provide service to meet varied culture, entertainment, and recreation interests of their patrons. This sector comprises one, establishment that are involved in producing, promotion, or participating in live performance, events, or exhibiting intended or public viewing. The establishment that preserve and exhibit objects and sites of historical culture or educational interest, an establishment that operate facility or provide services that enable patrons to participate in recreational activity or pursue amusement, hobbies, and leisure time interests. Some establishments that provide cultural, entertainment, or recreational facility service are classified in the other sector. Excluded from this sector are establishments that provide both accommodation and recreational facility, such as hunting, fishing, camps and resorts. Casino hotels are classified in accommodation. 2. Restaurant and nightclubs that provide live entertainments in addition to the sales of food and beverage are classified in the food service and drink places. 3. Motion picture theater, libraries and archives and publisher of newspaper, magazine, books, periodically, and computer software are classified information. And 4. Establish using transportation equipment to provide recreation and equipment service, such as those operating sightseeing buses, dinner cruises, or helicopter ride, all classified in sight and seeing transportation. Accommodation and food service, and how everything changed according to the economy and how everything moving forward online. The accommodation and food service sector comprise establishment providing customer with lodge and or preparing meals, snacks, and beverage for immediate consumption. The sector includes both accommodation and food service establishment because the two activities are often combined at the same establishment. Excluded from the sector are civil and social organizations, amusement and recreation parks, theater and other recreation or entertainment facility providing food and beverage service. Other service except public and administration. The other service except public and administration sector comprises establishment engaged in the providing service not specifically provided for elsewhere in the classification system. Establishment in the sector are primarily engaged in activities such as equipment and machinery repairing, promoting or administrating religious activity, grant making, advocacy, and providing dry cleaning and laundry service, personal care service, debt care service, pet care service, photo finishing service, temporary park service, and dating service. Private households that engage in employ worker on or about the premise in activity primarily concerned with the operation of the household are included in the sector. Public administration service. The public administration sector consists of establishment for federal, state, and local government agencies that administrate, oversee, and manage public programs and have exclusive legislative or judicial authority over other institutions within a given area. These agencies also set policy, create laws, adjudicate civil and criminal legal cases, and provide for public safety and for national defense. In general, government establishment in the public administration sector oversee governmental programs and activity that are not performed by private establishment. Establishment in these sectors typically are engaged in the organization and financing of the production of public goods and service, most of which are provided for free or at price that are not economically significant. Government establishment also engage in a wide range of productivity activity covering not only public goods and service but also include goods and service similar to those products in sector typically identified with the private sector establishment. In general, ownership is not classification in the NACIS. Therefore, government establishment engaged in the production of private sector like goods service should be classified in the same industry as private sector establishment engaged in similar activity. Now, occupational service. And how does all those sectors affect you moving forward ahead in the occupational environment when it comes to moving everything and your time, your energy online into regaining establishment in a new economy? The use of occupational that include government program, manager, industry, and labor relation practitioners, students consider career training, job seekers, career and employment counselor, educational institution, and an employer wishing to set salary, scale, or to locate to a new facility. But what you need to know as far as this category moving ahead, where we try to establish a different point of view and a new economy, we will be presenting you a live webinar because we can't accomplish everything in one webinar, so we're going to present you a live webinar. But what you don't need to know is about owning your own product or email list or any technical skills or any social skills. But what you need to know that you can live anywhere in the world, be any age, and have a success. You can do this solely as a side income or replace current income, or do this part-time or full-time, or you can have success in just 1 or 2 hours, and you can even start even tonight. What you will learn today is going to require that you do take some steps in learning my simple 3-step system for creating your own occupational automated site that will give you part-time income or full-time income from the comfort of your own, where you'll be able to generate passive income to live the life you want to live. No matter even if you have zero experience or technical skill, When you do sign up for our free training, I will show you how to do this for free, but you must stay to the very end. Register by following the link above or below. Subscribe and follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. Because what you will learn even today is how to overcome the economic crisis that trouble you or concern you, especially when the price constantly increases and everything keeps going up and not enough money to cover your bills. These crises can be too much to handle. I ask you to do this, guys. Stay and find out how to change your financial situation. What you learn today is how to overcome debt, especially when the cost of living constantly increases and everything keeps going up and not enough money to cover your bills. And with a massive job loss, as we explained before, I ask you to stay and give me the next few minutes out of your time and view one more option that can assist you. But if you're not interested in gaining any information, then you'll be greatly affected by having no recurring revenue stream when we realize those that affected, the 30 million people that affected from job loss, when we break it down, they have no recurring revenue stream. With so much change in this economy, especially what's going on today, you will be eliminated if you do not change your course of action. And you will definitely be eliminated from this explosive 2021 occupational tech industry. Well, then you will be eliminated. And why is that? Why you will be eliminated? We can know it from history. Many people eliminated themselves from the Amazon era, the Microsoft era, the Google era, even the LinkedIn era. And if you allow a next opportunity to let pass by, then this is what I mean, you will be eliminated. With nearly 18 million Americans out of work, it expected that over 1.2 million people will catch this explosive 2021 occupational tech industry, replacing their jobless benefit to occupational or occupation residual recurring income stream. It expected to reach 30 million America, not to mention people in Central, South America, UK, Asia, and Africa who are already unemployed. The question is, where shall you fit in that statistic? Shall you be the person that please proceed to the next video that you was watching, or move to the next video, or register by following the link, by liking, subscribe, and share? And if you are not ready to make immediate change, and this is clearly not for you, you will be eliminating yourself from another life-changing opportunity. And we don't want to waste your time or waste our time if this is clearly not for you. But if you are interested in gaining information of the explosive automation occupational tech industry, then this information is for you. I'm going to do is show you how to access this market before it's too late. And I feel you need to take advantage of this opportunity now by registering and following the link above or below. And if you're on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. So when it's come to that point when we present this webinar, you're able to lock yourself in. And since the statistic is constantly increasing of unemployment, as you see today when we explain the 30 million people affected, 18 million currently affected, now is the perfect time to access this market, which is coming forward in 2021. And by you registering and follow us today, you will be the first to learn and why. How simple the 3-step system will help you make an unlimited amount of money and profit in your own occupation field. So listen up, guys. What I'm asking you to register today, where you will learn this 3-step system in the next few seconds, where you'll be able to join us by registering and following the link above or below. And if you're on Facebook, by following us on Facebook, so you can be given notice when we do present our webinar, and you will learn the 3-step by step method. And since this is a new 2020 tech industry that will teach you how to make money online, where you can do this full-time or part-time anywhere you want, where you can obtain a passive income in 2021 occupational tech industry that will teach you 3 things you need to know: how you can get started and where to access this market, how much time you can save doing business online, how to do this with only $5 a day. Register by following the link above or below. And if you're on Facebook, follow us there, where you can get notice of when we do present this webinar. Because obviously we cannot present everything in one setting today, so it will require us to set up a webinar, which is a free webinar for you to establish. And if you stay to subscribe or follow us, I'm going to show you all the steps of starting your own business that expected to launch in October 21st, 2020. Now this is the pre-launch expectation ahead, but anything, according to the founders, it can change at any given time. It can even push back, or it can launch before that. But this is why we ask you to follow us, to subscribe, so you can get notification ahead of when this platform do establish in the economy, where we provide a webinar for you to set up your own income funnel in a new business model when everything is changing in the world today. We'll be able to take the least resistant point of starting an online automated occupational business. What I'm showing you guys, the best way to start making money online today, where you'll be able to make money having your own automated occupational tech business, where you will learn our 3-step by step method of making money online in a new entire business model, different from what you heard of or know before. So what I'm going to do is present a course for you so you can get started, but we only have a limited space. So guys, please click the link above or below, or do follow us and do subscribe so you can get notification of when we present our free webinar. And we are going to take you through the next step of getting started that will teach you the 3 step-by-step method where you sign up for a free training where you can learn these proven methods and techniques of starting your own automation occupational business. Go ahead and click the link above or below by subscribing, and if you're on Facebook, follow us so you can get notification ahead of when this platform will be launching and when we holding our free training for you to get started, for you to have a bird eye view and to move forward ahead, that you don't miss a coming wave, and for you to have economical base in receiving recurring revenue stream online. And we'll give you notification of when we held our free webinar, where I take you through the steps to set up your own business. Take the time out, guys, to take your time and join us today by clicking the link, follow us or subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you in our free webinar and notify you when our free webinar will be established, and we notify you when this platform will be launching. So go ahead, guys, click that link below, follow us and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And we thank you for stopping by in this webinar to present you certain things that we're going to cover ahead, and how you're going to establish your recurring revenue stream in this new coming platform that's going to take you in a new direction for 2021 occupational automated tech industry. We thank you for stopping by. We see you in our free webinar, guys.